afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for 3 p.m. Eastern, August 20th, 2019. This is an interesting challenge for most of us, is how to love thy enemy. Immature love says, I love because I need you, while mature love says, I need you because I love you. Right? Immature love says, I love because I need you, while mature love says, I need you because I love you. Some of us might have been fortunate enough to meet someone in life who constantly triggers you. Unknowingly, they push some hidden secret button which instantly launches inside you a state of anger, hurt, blame, or fear, where you turn into a frightened little mouse or a fire-breathing dragon. This person could be your best friend, your lover, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, or neighbor across the street. It could also be an impersonal figure on TV, political party, work competitor, or perhaps a group of unjustified terrorists you've never met in a country you've never visited. Anyone who can set you off balance, where your sense of peace is instantly lost, is your greatest teacher and has a powerful, enlightening lesson to give you. Perhaps you've heard of a man named Jesus who spoke many truths. One of them was learning how to love the enemy, thy enemy. This may be the greatest challenge humanity has ever come across because we simply have forgotten one key ingredient. The essential purpose of this teaching is that you get to immediately be catapulted into your life's highest vibration and consciousness. When you embrace that person, which you absolutely cannot embrace, and you love that part which is deeply unlovable, your life takes on a truly profound meaning and mission. You discover a freedom and a limitless joy and a lightness inside you that cannot, will not, ever be disturbed by anything or anyone. Just think about the amount of energy you lose in hating, judging, or resisting someone is extremely draining and unnecessary. Whatever you resist persists. You always become that which you cannot embrace. So no matter how awful the person may be, that one little thing which you just cannot accept about them is the master over you. We create enemies in life because there is something inside of them which we should not, cannot, and absolutely will not own within ourselves. You're always viewing, for example, like if you're upset and often triggered by your partner because they are a control freak, you are rejecting some part of yourself at some moment in your day where you're not okay with having no control. Our issues are always in our tissues, usually date back many lifetimes, or perhaps as recent as your childhood dramas. They can be so ingrained that you may be willing to get divorced, fired, or even choose to leave the country instead of choosing to have compassion for this person. Change your reaction. Come from love. And our task is not to seek for love, but merely to find all the barriers within ourselves that we have built against it. That's grooming. Little trick you can do the moment you feel yourself being stepped on or triggered by someone consciously moving back even a few extra centimeters to give you space can be enough for you to shift into a more expanded perspective and understanding. If you're in a car and have no place to move, just take one deep breath and imagine your energy is as vast and expansive as the entire sky. Experiment with what it's like to listen to this person from a higher sky-like perspective, where you see the experience from a cosmic or worldview level. From here, you can imagine the radical and super sacred lesson this person is unconsciously attempting to teach you. It's often a way that you have never known yourself before. And this is all about embracing ourselves, and the lessons that we can immediately pick up. We judge others because we don't understand how powerful we truly are. And once you see it, that you are a soul, God, who is on an infinite journey through time, space, for eternity, you will be kind and compassionate to everyone because you will see them again and again. You cannot escape from this universe where the spiritual lessons is going to teach you. You can pretend you are above it all. Yet, if you have any level of inner conflict inside yourself with anyone, you haven't yet mastered what you came here to learn. Okay? If you have any level of inner conflict inside yourself with anyone, you haven't yet mastered what you came here to learn. Such as if you decide to divorce your mate, you will get a second chance at some point to learn the same lessons with the next lover. The lesson always has something to do with love, forgiveness, trust, healing, an old wound, or opening your mind to more expansive viewpoint of who you are. Learning the sacred lesson now will empower and liberate you much more than waiting till later. With a spiritual perspective, you can find peace inside yourself, and the next time your partner does or says that one little thing that drives you bonkers, the moment you start seeing life as non-serious, a playfulness, all the burden on your heart disappears. All the fear of death or of life, of love, everything disappears. One starts living with a very light weight or almost no weight. So weightless one becomes. One can fly in the open sky, ocean. You know, it's important to understand your mind. Your mind has the power to make anybody into your best friend or worst foe. Until the mind has realized the truth of who you really are, it will continue to judge and make assumptions which are not true. Loving your enemy starts and ends with understanding their wounds, belief system, and childhood conditioning. You're listening deeply to what your enemy is really feeling behind their words. You can see why they are exactly the way they are. The next time they trigger your button, you will react less, have more compassion instead, because you understand their core wounding. Compassion naturally arises when you know the depth of pain the other is holding inside. When you see that your enemy is doing their best in life with the resources and information they have been fed, and that you would be just like them if you were born in their mother's womb, you will learn how to relax and let go. The more sensitive you are to their experiences of life, the deep challenges they face every day, the more detached you become from your ego's point of view and can find a place for them in your heart. Devote yourself to living in a constant state of compassion. You will find a warm light grows inside you. A joyous feeling, freeing feeling surfaces with everyone you encounter. You can discover that who you are is the source of love. This is a sacred secret to expanding your energy and become the most contagious, empowering, magnetic, manifesting experience in your universe. We are all in this life together. No one is separate from the other, as each unique part affects and creates the whole. When there are 8 billion people on this planet, you're going to encounter almost 8 billion different belief systems, which will not always agree with each other about everything. So to get along with everyone here, the secret is learning how to accept the parts you cannot change and change the parts you can. It's about moving beyond your personal belief system and unraveling this defensive, protective ego. Whatever your ego tends to project, blame, and shame on the other is always a strategy to hide this information about itself. So you don't have to be wrong and transform your own life. If you look deeper inside into your past, you'll notice there is a pattern here where your first judgment started and continued. It is in this initial reaction where you'll discover the key that unlocks the door to your finding the ultimate state of freedom. When we persist, and I'm sure all of us have experienced this through at least this lifetime, it could be anything. It could be just about anything we come in contact with. It could be an insect, could be a bird, could be a pet. Anything that we come in contact with. When we get angry, aggressive, discompassionate. And it is the hardest, it is the strongest hurdle for humanity to overcome. It is literally to love all things and everyone because they are all parts of us, as I have said before. When you come in conflict with somebody, it is not easy to say to yourself, okay, as you step away, you step back. You realize that you are in compassion for that being. You don't know them. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. But what they've experienced, what their factors are, why they are the way they are. So we step away and we are the love. We just saturate them in love. That's about all we can do. Because this is an ongoing conflict with this civilization on this planet and has been forever. In order for us to move on, these are some of the applications that we must practice from our heart mind. And it is about literally, completely loving thy enemy. It is a challenge, but it is also freeing, massively so. Love thy enemy. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure most of you are. And the first thing you want to do is relax. And how to do this is to move into the now. The now stills the mind. You don't participate in the future, and you don't participate in the past. You only are in the now. So this basically moves you out of this incessant thought process from the future or the past. You could be thinking 10 minutes from now. You could be thinking an hour ago, 2 days ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It could be anything in the future and the past. And this incessantly gets us tied up, caught up in a lot of things. So if you're in the now, you disconnect yourself from this stream of incessant thoughts. And as you do this, the body relaxes. You relax the body. Shoulders drop. Stress is literally drained out. You become calm. In the mind, the now, you still the mind. And as you do this, you want to breathe. You want to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth. And you want to breathe in and hold it 1001, 1002, 1003, and then exhale through the mouth. For those of you who are new, the reason that we hold our breath is because the breath is only in the now. It cannot be any way else. It can only be in the now. So you focus on the breathing. It keeps you in the now. And we breathe very shallow. We take our breathing for granted. We breathe 16 to 18% oxygen if we're fortunate. So much we take in, which is not good for the body. So focus on your breathing at least 6 times while I'm talking. Now, as you breathe in, you're breathing in divine positive energy. And the divine positive energy comes from Source. Mother, Father, God, the feminine, the masculine. Prime Source, Creator, God. Our family, all part of Source. And the collective consciousness of the universe. And as we breathe in, it communicates through our God. If we're conscious, then to us. And it's a stream of very high frequency asking us to understand who and what we are, which is pure love. How can we not love everything? Because the mind steps in with the ego and conjures up all kinds of untruths, judgments, assumptions, ridicule, all kinds of things. And when we are in stillness and we know that we are love, and the only obstacle we have is the mind, the ego. So through the heart-mind, you circumvent their ability to incessantly inject negative, low frequency thoughts. And as you do this, you become more practiced in knowing who and what you are. Love. That's what we all are. Even the ones that rub us the wrong way. And this is a freeing understanding, because once you understand that you're pure love, and that everything else is, it just has mind and ego conflicts. So, knowing who and what we are is absolute paramount to assisting this civilization, the whole life, into a higher frequency of deep eternal love and complete freedom. Now, when you breathe out any conflict, any prejudging, any assumption, any ridicule, cynicism, anything that the mind and ego may stick you with, causing you to become angry, irritated, stressful, aggressive, disruptive. It's the mind and the ego, it is not the heart mind. So flow with the heart mind as you expel and identify the interference from the mind and the ego. And you just basically flood them in deep eternal love. Work from the heart mind. Oversee the mind. Don't allow the mind and ego to oversee you. Now, we move into the heart mind. In stillness of mind. Move into the heart mind. Float up into the neck area. You're in complete peace, joy, happiness, stillness. Not participating in those thoughts. And when we do this, we are met with our God. We are embraced by our God. When we do this, we flow with the love that we are. And we are heaven. We are the kingdom of God. We are the God mind. We bring this heaven to this planet. We expand. We free ourselves from the mind and the ego. We then begin to understand you are love. How can it be that you don't love everything? Because everything is part of you. We are completely encased in perfect spheres, protecting us 24/7, made up of different energy light, emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. The violet blue purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. The white fire, the purple transmuting flame, the violet ray, golden white pink light of Prime Source Creator God, Mother, Father God, Source, our family. The only thing that can penetrate this sphere is deep, eternal love, which we welcome. Arm in arm, hand in hand, we form our circle of light. This circle of light is our God-light energy within these bodies. We sit right at the equator of planet Earth. We encase the entire planet in an immersing, saturating, flooding energy of deep, eternal love. Atmosphere, everything, inside now. The space around it. It is in peace. Gaia moves into her stillness of mind. We begin to float up effortlessly above the planet. And as we do this, we immediately call out to the other parts, the other pieces, brothers and sisters, all of the light energy beings, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, who are in all dimensions, all existences, all densities, all universes, all galaxies, beyond the ribbon of creation. They are in benevolence and kindness and tranquility. They are in peace, joy, generosity, humbleness. And they come arm in arm, hand in hand, interlinking, joining us in the Guga plexus, filling this universe and beyond. They are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love, and our God light energy expands. We call upon the archangels, the seraphim, the cherubim, the archetypes, all of the angels, all of the civilizations who are of highest, deepest, eternal love, from highest, deepest, eternal love. They are in generosity, peace, kindness, tranquility, humbleness, benevolence. They have been assisting us for eons in peace, passion, love, kindness. And arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us. They flock in the trillions. They are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes, and we are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy continues to expand. We call upon the Ascended Masters. These are those who have ascended out of body, who left the matrix, and have returned, take the risk to assist all of us in our enlightenment. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Son of Jesus, Abundantia, Amoria, just to name a few. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and generosity, and peace, and kindness, and well-being, and love, and humbleness. And they join us, arm in arm, hand in hand, in massive numbers. And they are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God energy light expands. We call upon all of the galactics and off-worlders who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love. In peace, joy, generosity, humbleness, kindness. They have been assisting us in our evolution, our enlightenment and our ascension, freeing ourselves from our self-imposed bondage and slavery. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this meditation. They are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes, and we are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes, and we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy expands. We call upon all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth, all of these civilizations who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. We're kind. We're in joy. We're humble. We're in generosity. We're in peace. Bliss. They come, the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us this meditation today. They are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy continues to expand. We call upon our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are in peace, joy. They are in benevolence, kindness, generosity. They are in tranquility. And they come, arm in arm, hand in hand. Join us in this meditation today. They are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes, and we are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love. And our God light energy continues to expand. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have been decided to be housed in the following forms on and in this planet, in this now. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and peace, joy, benevolence, kindness, generosity, humbleness, tranquility. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarfs, the trees, the mermaids, the dolphin, the whale, the unicorn, the Pegasus, the Minotaur, the Centaur, and many, many, many more. The elements, earth, air, water, fire. And they come in the trillions, in shapes, sizes, colors, forms we have never laid eyes upon. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are of the highest, deepest, eternal love. And we are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy continues to expand. We look up and we see our meditative sphere that we've created, setting center circle. I was holding all of our meditations in perpetual motion. This can be seen, heard, felt in all dimensions, densities, existences, universes, galaxies, beyond the ribbon of creation. It literally saturates all the sacredness of space with deep eternal love. You can feel it flood you from your head, inside and out, all the way to the bottoms of your feet. This deep knowing, this consciousness from the heart mind, that we are deep eternal love. This is our essence. This is what we are made of. This is from source. This flows everywhere. It's all there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. The more you love, the more you free yourself. The more you ascend. The more you become enlightened. Understanding that you are love. Understanding others who are in a different understanding. They're all part of us. We're all part of them. We step back and we love them. And we move forward. You do not love all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, then your progression will be retarded, reduced, take longer. To understand when what you are is to love all things. Love all things. How to love the enemy. That's part of loving all things. And remember, immature love says, I love because I need you, while mature love says, I need you because I love you. Look down upon the planet, you see all of our brothers and sisters, all of our family, all of life, all the light, God light energy, sparkling, reflecting. It does not matter how they operate in those bodies because of the influences that they have experienced. We love them all. The good, the bad, and the ugly. We love them all. Mature love says to us, I need you because, excuse me, I love you. Take this with you and experience it forever. Let it immerse all of your brothers and sisters, all life on this planet. Flood them with this understanding of your deep compassion, of the love that you are. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. I'll join you in the meditation and I'll return to close this out. flow with this for the rest of the day, evening into the night and morning. It is a imperative understanding for all of us. For if we deny ourselves love, of which we are, and that we view others from the mind and ego, then our ascension becomes elongated. Our enlightenment becomes much more challenging. And we move to loving all things, everyone, even your enemies. We'll be back here tomorrow, August 21st, 2019, 3 p.m. Eastern. We will have a time for change